Now that is what I want to see when I come to an OVA. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I don't always watch OVAs because I know most of what they're going to be. I mean, some of them focus on the storyline, like that upcoming Akatsuki no Yona Zeno OVA is going to, but most of them come to fan service and wish fulfillment, and this episode was damn well good at that. I mean, Konosuba had its moments of full-on fan service even in the running series. Darkness is pretty much a freak for, you know, being choked and being hurt. So there was that. There was the Succubus episode. There was the episode where Darkness got commanded to wash Kazuma's back because he thought it was a dream. All of that was great. None of it really came close to this episode because, god damn, it was just full fan service from about 5 minutes in till the end. And they even threw in a new girl. Like, they did that classic Konosuba thing of rushing forward through a storyline, which was probably a pretty good storyline. I mean, the way they introduced Wiz looked like it was going to be really cool, but they skipped over that in the show, and now they've skipped over this girl's introduction, Yun Yun. Another one of the Crimson Demons, looks a bit like Megumin, actually has a better design in my opinion. I mean, Megumin is love, don't get me wrong. Megumin is love, she's awesome, she's cute, she's funny as all hell. But this girl, Yun Yun, looks similar to her, has ponytails, which I like, longer hair, which I like. And, you know, she's got, like, G-cups. Come on. It was so funny. It's like seeing a member of Megumin's family show up out of nowhere. And she probably is part of Megumin's extended family. I mean, they're both Crimson Demons. They both look very similar. And if you look at a picture of the Crimson Demon clan, all of them look pretty much the same. Just different designed versions of Megumin. So this was greatness. She was an awesome character. She's like totally in love with Megumin, but at the same time sees her as her rival. So a little bit of cuteness going there, especially the moment when they were on top of the roof and she had that moment where she was like, oh god, no matter what Kazuma does to me, it's fine if you're there. Like a full moment. I was just expecting Kazuma to be behind them and be like, oh, so it's okay if it's both of you, huh? Like, I really thought that was coming because this episode was so heavy on the fan service. I mean, the general plot was great. They go for the wish fulfillment idea just literally. He straps a thing around his neck that will choke him to death if he doesn't get all of his wishes granted. Well, one wish in particular. Except he didn't know which wish he was thinking of at the time. So he just had to do everything that he wanted in life. And because the girls all love him and don't want him to die, they were willing to do anything for him. And that's when it got fantastic. We had that general Konosuba comedy, not as strongly as in other episodes, but there were moments of greatness. For example, while he was continuously making most of the girls do sexual things, every time it came to Aqua, it was just straight up, go fetch me this, go fetch me that, buy this, do that. Just making her do menial tasks, because he just doesn't see her that way. She's just that useless goddess that got him locked in this new world in his eyes. And that was brilliant. That was greatness. All of the sexual parts were just amazing. I'm not even going to lie. Megumin and her rival Yun Yun having their classic little fights was amazing. Especially when Yun Yun tried to rip her top off. Yun Yun in the bunny outfit. And Kazuma just acting like a boss throughout all of this. I mean, he starts off his day of wish fulfillment just having a nap in Whiz's lap. Which is good enough as it is. But he just keeps extending it. Like, the next time we see him, he's then face down in her lap, just breathing heavily into her thighs, which, you know, probably feels comfortable for her as well. Even though she's probably uncomfortable with the fact that it's not something she actually wants at that point. Still, Cousin was just so calm about everything. He's like, yeah, back in my hometown, we sometimes lay like this. Like, it's fine. It's fine. And then in the next time we see him, he's literally head face into her boobs and with like a nice glass of wine in one hand. Kazuma, man, he is such a beast and I've missed him so much. That's why I loved seeing this OVA. It reminded me of the best bits of Konosuba and why I can't wait for this one to be back on in January. And that is its definite date, by the way. It's coming back in winter, so January. Not too long to go and I'm really glad. One thing that I will say about this OVA is animation quality wasn't amazing. I mean, it feels like Studio Dean have to put a lot of effort when it comes into actual tits bouncing. Because Studio Dean very rarely animate things like this. And so when they do have those moments, like especially in the Succubus episode as well, they focus a lot on that. A lot on the fan service, but then a lot of the other bits get left behind. And so faces in this one weren't great. Shading wasn't always great, but my god. When they needed to be animated well, they really were. Some of Kazuma's reaction faces were incredible as usual, especially at the end. When he started revealing everything to everyone, like, Kazuma is scum. I'm not going to lie. Kazuma always had an evil plan up his sleeve when it came to messing with people. But in this episode, we finally see what he actually thinks of his friends, like the girls around him, and it's horrible. I mean, he straight up says to Aqua, I tried so hard to think of you as a heroine. He tried so hard to be interested in her, to like her in any way. He couldn't. That was just funny. That was straight up amazing. And Aqua was really hurt by it and even said to him, Kazuma, try harder. Like, it wasn't even about him surviving at that point. She was just like, I could totally be the heroine. So that was incredible. And then he moved on to everyone else. Again, Megumin's not too bad. He just said when he carries her around, he likes to move her so that her chest is right into his back and he can feel her flat chest. He called it a flat chest. And she looked destroyed by that. And then he moved on to Wiz and Union and just straight up said, every time I'm talking to you, I'm never actually looking at you. I'm just staring at your boobs. Like, that probably hurt them a bit. Again, wasn't too bad, but then Darkness, man. I mean, Darkness is an interesting character. She's a pretty deep character when she has her moments. Most of the time, she's just focused on that whole masochist side. But Jesus, he just straight up said to her, ever since you moved into this house and we started living together, all I think of you is boobs. Boobs is all you are. That was literally his line. And she was so broken by that. And of course, at that point, necklace snapped off. He was got to survive. And best fucking punchline of the episode. Probably the best punchline of Konosuba, actually. He's staring at all these girls that he just took the piss out of so badly. Ready to beat them up and just realizing he's fucked here. And you actually see the other goddess. He's sitting in front of her on the chair, just like he did with Aqua back in the days. And she's straight up like, try not to die in such meaningless ways. It's so amazing. They literally killed him. They didn't give a fuck. And you know he's coming back anyway, because obviously this is Konosuba. But it's just that whole idea that after trying to save him for so long, they just straight up killed him at the end. And the goddess was just like, oh God, do I really have to send this guy back? He's such scum. Oh man, so this OVA was greatness for me. A straight up 10 out of 10. As long as you're not looking for a major storyline from Konosuba and you're just looking for some fan service and some jokes, this one was perfect. And that's exactly what I watch Konosuba for. I miss it so much. I'm so glad it's going to be back in January. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know who your favourite girl from Konosuba was. And let me know what you think of Union now. Has she taken over your spot as favourite girl? I'm still not sure. I was always very strongly Darkness, and then Darkness kind of tied with Megumin towards the end. Really liking Union now. So yeah, I don't know. Might be a tie between all three of them, or, you know, maybe you just got to get that ship going. Union X Megumin for life. Let me know your thoughts, and if you enjoyed this review, then wreck that like button like you mean it. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more, and I will see you guys next time.